I'm getting ready to share a recipe with one of my favorite cuts of meat, Teres Major. This is Snake River Farms American Wagyu beef. Hey, I'm Tuffy Stone, and I'm out here at Snake River Farms in their kitchen, and I'm going to share with you a recipe that includes one of my favorite cuts of beef. It is the Teres Major, also known as the mock tender. They come in 2 packs. A pack weighs about 1.5 pounds, so each piece is about 3/4 of a pound. This is a cut that we've started to use a lot more in my catering company because it's really tender, flavorful cut of meat, but it comes in at a much better price point than beef tenderloin. Today I'm going to be serving it with one of my favorite sauces, Cumberland sauce. That sauce is often used as a condiment for cold meats, but we're going to do it with the grilled Teres Major today. We're going to be cooking it directly over coals, seasoning it. We'll make this simple sauce. This sauce can last for a week or so in the refrigerator. So I have my saucepan hot, and I am going to add my port wine and my shallots, which I've minced up. And we're just going to start the reduction. So I reduced the port and the shallots down to about half. It took about 10 minutes or so. Now I'm going to stir in demi-glace, some red currant jelly, orange zest, lemon zest, black pepper, caraway, and some mustard seeds. I'm going to stir it until it's well combined, and I'm just going to simmer it for a few more minutes just for those flavors to kind of meld and come together. So we've made our sauce Cumberland. We've got our coals dumped in our kettle grill, and it's time to season up these mock tenders. I've got my steak knife. You can use whatever seasoning you want. It can be just as simple as salt and pepper. This seasoning has no sugar in it whatsoever. One of the beautiful things about these little Teres Majors is they come trimmed all ready to go. Hardly any silver skin on there whatsoever. And we're just going to season these. Just generally speaking, the thicker the cut of meat, the more seasoning that I put on there and the longer I let it sit there. The reason why is there's salt. If we put it on there for too little or too long, it cannot have enough flavor, or that salt can actually cure the meat itself. So generally speaking, the bigger the cut, the more rub, the longer I let it sit on there. The thinner the cut, less rub, less seasoning, and less time. Another thing that's really important when it comes to seasoning, we want to get uniform coverage all over this meat. I don't want it to be really heavy here and none over here. So I'm just going to be really careful. And I'm just going to season it. I want the meat to be the star. Look at this, is beautiful American Wagyu beef. That flavor is so good. I just want my seasoning to be a nice complementary backdrop flavor to the beef itself. When you go into the market and you're trying to figure out what beef to get, just look for the most marbled meat that you can find. Nice color. And now I'm just going to press it in. And I'm going to flip these pieces of meat over, and I'm going to season the other side. And I'm going to let these sit ambient temperature for about 10 minutes. My grill is going to be ready to go by then. We're going to put it directly over the coals and get a nice good char on there and cook it till it's about medium rare and let it rest and slice it up. So to start, I'm going right over the hot coals. If I ever go into a hushed tone, it's because it's important. When you're cooking fine beef that you paid good money for, don't walk away from your grill. I'm just telling you. Everybody can relate to putting a nice steak on, going inside to check the football score. Next thing you know, you look out the window, smoke, fire, and you've ruined some beautiful steaks. So stay at the grill. So we started them off on the hot side. We've moved them to the cool side. Now, a couple of these are temp and done. You know, they're not feeling as firm as you would like, but that's because this cut is so tender. So I'm going to pull off a couple of these. I have stayed here the whole time since they went on the grill. So if I had to guess, the Teres Majors here probably cooked for about 15 minutes or so, but some of that was directly over the coals and some of it was on the cool side. One of the most important things to me when grilling steaks or cooking barbecue is the resting time. The bigger the cut, the longer the rest. The thinner the cut, the shorter the rest. And basically by letting that meat cool down a little bit, the juices will kind of stay in the meat more so when we slice it versus if it was piping hot. The grain's running this way. We're going to slice against the grain for a more tender chew. As I was saying when I was grilling, the thinner cuts here on the ends are going to get more done than the middle. So it's a really great cut of meat for people that might like it well done and somebody else likes it medium rare. Let's see how we did. Even the end has got a nice pink color to it. I got a feeling it is going to be very medium rare in the middle. Pro tip, I'd rather have room temp perfectly cooked steak than hot overcooked steak. So if your meat gets done sooner than you want it to, it's all right. It's still going to be good. Thickness is a personal choice. We can also make a really nice sandwich from this. The doneness is good. Sometimes the finest foods are what we do in the finishing steps. If we wanted to, we can just come in with a little extra seasoning. You can take a little sample bite. And we can just put, now that the slices are cut, we've exposed some of the internal meat, just a little touch of that. Our Cumberland sauce that we made earlier, that's room temp, slightly chilled now. Let's take a bite and see how we did. It's really, really good.